fine. It's once again a wonderful moment to be with you. And today we are going to learn a lesson which is dealing with English grammar, obviously. And this is called phrases. Now, you must be wondering what is phrase, P-H-R-A-A-C, phrase. It's really sometimes confusing for the students to understand what actually phrase is. Actually, phrase is a group of words, right? It is a group of words and it does not make a complete sense, but it makes partial sense, right? It makes partial sense. And when you say a phrase, it will not have a finite verb, right? So it will not have a finite verb. So phrase is a group of words without a finite verb. There is a basic difference between phrase and phrase and clause. A clause will have a finite verb, but a phrase will not have a finite verb. So today I'll be taking you to the land of phrases. There are different kinds of phrases and I will take you to those areas right now, and after learning this lesson you will be able to understand what actually phrase is and how many kinds of phrases are there, and you will be able to use them in your everyday writing, essays, paragraphs, and even in some of the boards they use phrase as a part of their examination process, different kinds of. So here we move. Now look at this. What is a phrase, right? A phrase is a group of words without both a subject and predicate, right? And phrase combine words into a larger unit that can function as a sentence element, right? So let us move on to our lesson today. Phrase is a group of words without any finite verb, right? Sorry. So phrase is a group of words. See, a phrase is a group of words without both subject and predicate. Now, the subject and predicate, you can just say subject and predicate means a finite verb has subject and predicate. So when you are saying a phrase is a group of words without a finite verb, that also will be okay. F-I-N-I-T-E, finite verb. Okay, so I will take one lesson with finite verb one day separate. Now just what is a finite verb. I will not deviate, otherwise this video will be too long. Combine, okay? So phrases combine words into a large unit that can function as a sentence element. Next, there are 6 kinds of phrases, but some books write there are 3 kinds of phrases. They are noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverbial phrases. But actually, you can have different other kinds of phrases. I will be taking into those lands of phrases. So what are the 6 kinds of phrases? First is a noun phrase that does the work of a noun. Now, first of all, what is noun? Noun is the name of anything. So whenever you are talking about a noun, that means it is a name. And now, when it is a phrase, it is very difficult for the students to understand whether it is a noun or not. So you just see wherever the noun is used. If the noun is used in the place of subject, you can call it a noun phrase. If the phrase is used in a place of noun, you can call it a noun phrase. If the phrase is used in the place of an object, you can call it a noun phrase. If the phrase is in the place of a complement, you can call it a noun phrase. If the phrase is governed by a preposition, you can call it a noun phrase. If the phrase is having an apposition, used as an apposition of a noun, then you can call it a noun phrase. Actually, these are different functions of phrases. Now, let us move on to the lesson here. A noun phrase does the work of a noun. Now, to write well requires practice. To write well, this part is working as a noun phrase. How? It is the subject of this verb. He his going home is uncertain. He's going home, right? He's going home. This is a phrase, noun phrase. Again, it is a subject to the verb. He likes to play tennis. To play tennis, this part. He likes what? To play tennis. So it is a noun phrase. Why? It is an object. Object of this verb. Likes. Now he enjoys. What? Enjoys walking by the riverside. So these are the underlined parts are noun phrase. But of course you have to be very careful about the verb. Now here requires is the verb. Is the main verb, finite verb. He likes is the main finite verb, and he enjoys the finite verb. So we have talked about noun phrases. So which is phrase? This is phrase, this is phrase, this is phrase, this is phrase. So last two, these are object, and first two, these are subject. Right? I hope that you understood this. Let's move on to the next kind of phrase, that is an adjective phrase. An adjective phrase does the work of an adjective. Now, what is an adjective? Adjective is a word that expresses and that modifies a noun. That qualifies or modifies a noun. For example, if I say good boy, this is adjective. Now, good is adjective, boy is noun. So when the phrase will do the work of an adjective, you call it an adjective phrase. Look at this. He gave me a chain of gold. A chain of gold. A gold chain. So he gave me a chain of gold. Now you can say a gold chain. Look at this. He gave me a chain of gold. Now chain of gold is a gold chain, right? Chain of gold. Now he gave me a chain of gold, a chain which is made of gold. So it is an adjective phrase. Okay. Now he is without fear. Without fear. Now without fear is adjective phrase. Now interesting thing is that fearless. Without fear means fearless. It is a word. It is adjective. And this word can be changed into adjective phrase. Fearless, without fear. Now, gold chain made of gold. Gold is adjective, chain is noun. Now, chain made of gold or chain of gold. Next, it is a deed of a hero. It is a deed of a hero. Now, a heroic deed. Again, it is adjective. A deed of hero is adjective phrase. Come to the next one. I am free from blame. Right? Free from blame. This phrase, it is blameless. Blameless is adjective and free from blame is adjective phrase. Next. This is a cycle made in England. Okay. Made in England, an English cycle, right? So you can put it in these things. So a cycle made in England, this is adjective phrase. An English cycle, English is here used as an adjective, and a cycle made in England, it is adjective phrase. And the last one of this example series is that the house built long ago. Built long ago. House built long ago. That means the old house fell down. So you can see these adjectives can be changed into adjective phrases. Like English is an adjective, old is an adjective, blameless is an adjective, famous is an adjective, heroic is an adjective, fearless is an adjective, gold is an adjective. So you can change the adjective into adjective phrase. And furthermore, I would like to add, these phrases can again be further changed into clauses that we will do in some other lesson. Now, the adjective phrases in the above examples stand for the adjectives given within brackets, right? I put the bracket, but not all the adjective phrases can be replaced by adjectives. For example, look at this. There are some, gray lines also. You need to be a little more cautious about it, right? What is that? Let us move on to. So I hope that you are able to understand what is phrase, and we have already done noun phrase and then adjective phrase. Now there are certain things in adjective phrase. We will be doing that. Let's move on to it again. Now, note. Look at this. The man in the street knows. The man in the street knows. The man in the street, you cannot change into adjective, right? But not all adjective phrases can be replaced by adjective. For example, the man in the street, it is adjective phrase. A tree in front of my house, adjective phrase. The boy desirous of winning the prize, adjective phrase. You cannot change them into one adjective. So it is not always possible to put the adjective phrases into adjective, right? But most of the time it is possible. Now let us move on to note. The same phrase may be noun or adjectival or adjective according to the use. My dear students and my dear friends, it is very important to know that in English grammar or in some other grammar language, grammar of other languages, you will find there are certain exceptions and certain rules which are not following the regulations according to the grammatical rules. Note, the same phrase may be noun or adjective according to the use. Look at this. Thus, walking by the riverside is noun. In, he enjoys walking by the riverside. Now, walking by the riverside, he enjoys what? Walking by the riverside. So it is noun phrase. What is the function? Object. Right? But look at this, but adjectival. The boy here is the noun. Walking by the riverside. The boy walking by the riverside. You are qualifying the boy. You are talking about the boy. So walking by the riverside, here it is noun phrase, but same phrase, but there its use is different. Look at this, how the same phrase is changing into adjective phrase. Look at the same phrase. So dear students, be very careful. When you are using a phrase, the function of this phrase depends upon its use. If it is used as an adjective, it is adjective phrase. If it is used as a noun, it is noun phrase. Right? So I hope that you understood, and don't be worried about, the phrases. I'll be giving you examples, and if you visit my website, you will find a lot of other study materials which will help you understand this. And if you at all have any doubt, I have given my number in my website, paulmasih.com, Paul Academy. You can go there and find out what the resources are there. Okay, now let's move on to the next type, that is number 3. An adverbial phrase does the work of an adverb, right? An adverbial phrase does the work of an adverb. Okay. Sorry, actually, I had a cough. An adverbial phrase does the work of an adverb. He was at the place. Now, let me tell you what is an adverb. Adverb is a word that qualifies, that modifies an adverb, an adjective, and a verb. Right? So there are different kinds of, most of the books write there are 8 types of adverbs, but some of the books have more kinds of adverbs, like adverb of place, time, manner, contrast, reason, etc. Now let's move on to adverbial phrases does the work of an adverb. Now here, he was at the place. At the place means there, or at that place also you can write. He walks with care. That means carefully. It is manner. And here adverb of place, This is adverb of manner. He comes at a great speed, quickly. It is also manner, adverb of manner. I want it at this moment. It is adverb of time. Okay, this is time. So place, manner, time. So these are all phrases. They are working like an adverb. Okay, so you can get it in all places. You can get it in all places, everywhere. This is adverb of place. He will come before very long or at an early date. That means at an early date, it is adverbial phrase. The adverb is soon. Come before very long. This is also adverbial phrase. It means soon. S-O-O-N, soon. He fell down on this spot. On this spot is place, that means here, or at this place, that means here. You can either write this one or this one as an adverbial phrase. Next, but not all adverbial phrases can be replaced by adverb. Just now we saw that all the adjective phrases cannot be replaced by adjective. Similarly, all the adverbial phrases cannot be changed into adverb. Look at me. He came to see me. This is purpose, adverb of purpose. We fell from the tree. It is place, no? From the tree. Come into the garden. It is again place. Into the garden, from the tree, to me. Okay? So these are all adverbs. But you cannot change adverbial phrases, but you can't change them into adverb. This must be done at any price. This is degree, adverb of degree, at any price. He lives on a small income. It is also, he lives on a small income. Yes, it is adverbial phrase. So you can't change them into adverbs. Note, the same phrase may be adjectival or adverbial according to use. Just now you saw the same phrase can be adjective phrase as well as noun phrase. Similarly, adverbial phrase can be changed into adjective phrase according to its use. Move, chest check. Thus, he is in the room. This is place. The phrase is adverbial. But the man, look at this noun, in the room, rushed out. So here in the room. Now he is in the room. In the room, it is adverbial place, adverbial phrase of place. And next one, it is not adverbial place. Why? It is not a phrase, adverbial phrase of time. It is qualifying this noun. That is why it is adjective phrase. So it is really sometimes confusing. You must be wondering, sir, how do I understand? Actually, read the sentence and try to understand whether it is really qualifying an adjective or it is qualifying a noun. Okay? And if it is modifying a verb or adverb or adjective, it will be definitely adverb. Or if it is modifying or qualifying a noun, it is adjective. Okay? And when it is modifying a noun or qualifying a noun, it is adjective. And when it is adverb, it should be modifying a verb or an adjective or another adverb. Right? Let's move on to the next part, that is prepositional. Now, what is preposition? You must be wondering, sir, what is preposition? Preposition is a very small word. There are about 150 prepositions in English language, but we don't need to be worried about all these prepositions because we use maybe in maximum 20 to 30 prepositions in our everyday uses of English language. Now look at these. First of all, prepositions in, on, under, over, above, beside, they are all prepositions. And you know, they are used in English language in various ways. you can have prepositional phrase, you can have prepositions just with a noun, and sometimes it is used with verbs also, prepositional. So we call it phrasal verbs. Sometimes it is also known as verb particles. So let's move on to prepositional phrases does the work of preposition. Now what is the work of a prepositions? It makes a relation between noun and noun, noun and pronoun, pronoun and noun. That means when I say the book is on the table, book and table, these two are noun. On is the word that is making the relation between book and table. So preposition is a word that makes the relation between two nouns, two pronouns, one noun, one pronoun, or one pronoun, one noun. Right? So let's move. He stood in front of me. In front of me. In front of. Right? Next, she is at the point of death. He is. He persevered in the teeth of all opposition. Persevere, P-E-R-A-C-V-E-R, he persevered. Persevere means if something happens or is done in the teeth of difficulties, that means the difficulties cause problem, but do not stop it. So here it is actually, it is idiomatic. He persevered in the teeth of all opposition. In the teeth of, if something happens or done in the teeth of difficulties, that means difficulties cause problems, but do not stop it. The road was built. This is an example for you to understand. The road was built in the teeth of fierce oppositions. Very nice use. In the teeth of fierce opposition. So when something is done in the teeth, that means it is done with great difficulties and problems. So if you say the sentence, my examination preparation was done in the teeth of all difficulties and oddities of life. That means before the examination you might have faced a lot of difficulties, and that's why you could be finding it very difficult to prepare yourself for the examination. Now let's move on to the next one. He could not come on account of illness. On account of. This is prepositional phrase. Now why are they called prepositional phrase? Because there is a preposition inside it. Here, look at this. In, then here, at, in, of. So prepositional phrases, they contain prepositions, but of course in some other phrases also you might find prepositions, but their meaning will be different. Now here the prepositional phrases are this, where the preposition is used, but they are neither noun phrase or adjective phrase or adverbial phrase. Note that whole phrase in front of the first sentence is adverbial qualifying stood, but in front of is preposition. Note, look at this. The whole phrase in front of, in the first sentence, look at this, is stood in front of me. In front of me is actually, adverbial phrase. Why adverbial place? Because it is talking about the place, adverbial place. So note that the whole phrase in front of, in the first sentence is adverbial phrase, qualifying stood. But in front of, this is prepositional. Okay? In front of. Now conjunctional phrases. Now fifth kind of sentence. Children, I hope that you are enjoying the lesson and trying to understand. So let's move on to this. Come as soon as you can. Conjunctional phrases does the work of conjunction. What is the work of a conjunction? Joining sentences. Now, conjunction joins sentences. Conjunction joins, two words. Conjunction also joins two phrases, two clauses, two sentences, etc. So conjunction is actually joining word. There are two kinds of conjunctions, subordinate and coordinate. Now that is another chapter. Now here let's go to the phrase, conjunctional phrase, which you will just understand. Come as soon as you can. So come is a sentence, as soon as this is, you can, it is another clause. So these two clauses, right, are joined with the help of this phrase. That is why it is called conjunctional phrase. No sooner had he left the place than the fire broke out. It is a very common use, especially in ICSE. You will find that this no sooner than or as soon as, these phrases, these conjunctional phrases are used quite often. So no sooner than, remember, no sooner had he left the place than. So no sooner than, this is actually conjunctional phrase. No sooner ... than. So your answer will be no, SOONER ... THAN. Then this is, you can say, conjunctional phrase. Now you must be asking me, sir, this is actually correlated conjunction. Yes, it is correlated conjunction. Why are they called correlated conjunction? Because no sooner is related to than. That is why it is called correlated conjunction. But at the same time, it is a phrase. Why? Because it is a group of words. Why? Because it gives a partial meaning, not a complete meaning. So it fulfills the terms of a phrase. At the same time, it joins two clauses. That is why it is conjunctional phrase. Right? So, not only he, but his brother also. Now here also again correlated conjunction. Not only ... but ALSO. Now not only but also. So not only he, look at this, but also his brother, but his brother also, but also his brother would have been a better sentence, but also his brother were present. Okay, not only he, but also his brother sorry, not only he, but also his brother actually was present. It will be was present, not were, because this in subject and verb agreement, not only he, but also his brother was also present, not were present, because if you write were, it will be wrong. Okay, it is misprint. So not only but also is conjunctional phrase. All right, children. Now we are at the end of this session. The today's last type of phrase. Next we will have a little bit of exercise. An interjectional phrase. Interjection. What is interjection? Interjection is a word that expresses strong feeling and emotion, right? Interjection is a word that expresses strong feeling and emotion. What is a strong feeling? When you are expressing sorrow, when you are expressing regret, when you are expressing, pain, suffering, love, excitement, these are all emotions. So these emotions can be, expressed in the form of a phrase. Then we call them interjectional phrases. And you got to use exclamatory signs in this. Just look at this. What a pity. There is no verb. By Jove. In Shakespeare's play it is used. All right. Good heavens. So this is another. Note the term verbal phrase is used by some for group verbs. Actually, verbal phrase means, I told you it will be another chapter, phrasal verbs or verbal phrases. It's a huge chapter. I'll be taking that some other day. So today I'm not going to take it because it will be very, very long video. As it is going to be a long video here now. So dear friends, dear students, so these word groups are interjectional phrases that does the work of an interjection. What is interjection? It is parts of speech which express a strong feeling, okay, emotion, etc. So what a pity, by Jove, this is swearing, what a pity, good heavens. These are, different kinds of phrases. And he laughs at me, you can put your exclamatory sign, looks down upon me. To look down upon me here should be exclamatory sign, laughs at me, exclamatory sign. So these will be, but there is a finite verb in it. The term phrase cannot properly be applied. This is what actually, and these two places there is a finite verb. Laughs is here, then looks down upon. See, it's better that you exclude these two from the phrase group. Usually in the phrase, unless it is a phrasal verb, we don't have a finite verb. Now here is an exercise that you need to do. I will not help you here. I will just tell you to go through it, like pick out noun phrase in the following. Now whichever is noun phrase, first when I'm doing, to err is human, to forgive divine. To err, this is human, to forgive divine. So this is noun phrase, this is noun phrase. Now I will not tell you, you do it. Next, now just pause the video and just look at these words, phrases, and try to do them. If you have any doubt, I'm always available. Put it in the comment box. I will give you the answer, or I will make another video for this to explain you. Next, pick out the adjective phrases. I will request you to pause the video and see where the adjective phrases are in the following sentences. And finally, pick out adverbial phrases. These are very, very important. Adverbial phrases in the following. See where the adverbial phrases of time, place, manner, degree, etc. I think, right? So up to this much, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I would love to give you a lot of thanks for your patience and endeavor. Please, if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's upon you. And if you want me to make more lessons on this kinds of videos, please let me know in the comment box. And I will request you to pause the video at different part here and then try to solve these questions. If you have any doubt, I'm always at your service, right? Never mind or never feel reluctant to either write to me or email me. Thank you for your patience. It was really a wonderful session to be with you all, and without your support, without your liking, I get discouraged. So please feel free to share this with your friends, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe or thumbs up. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Bye for now. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. That's all.